Today, we're talking lashes, those pretty little things that make a big impact. And then, a lot of us love self-help, but when do these programs actually do harm? That's all ahead, so let's go. Party's over. Are you ready to try something new? To ditch the drama, look younger, and finally step into your power? I'm Sandra Silverman, best-selling author, successful entrepreneur, and a mom of 2 amazing kids. I've been through it all, from bullshit to Botox, from broken up to badass. I've done the research, had some work done, and kissed a few frogs along the way. One thing I've learned, when you're faced with an obstacle, the best thing to do is to give it a hard look and say, party's over. Only then can you move on to the good stuff. Welcome to Party's Over. Welcome to Party's Over. I'm here with my co-host Vita, and our guest for this segment is my friend Giselle. We are talking about all things lashes. Hi Giselle, we're so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me on the Party's Over.
You're welcome. So Giselle, when did we first meet?
Oh my God, this story. We met in 2000 and I would say 14, 13?
17?
2017. She was recommended to me by someone, and she had came in from having a tummy tuck. So in walks Sandra, hunched over in my living room. At this time, I was working from home. And as she's walking in, I'm confused as to why she's hunched over. She lays down, I do the lashes. She's like, excuse me, I need to use the restroom. I said, no problem. When she goes to use the restroom, there's blood all over my floor.
No.
And bandages. I was completely disgusted. I was like, who is this woman? Why is she in my house? I need to get her out. But here we are.
So I was wearing a giant maxi dress because after the tummy tuck, a big movement dress, because after the tummy tuck, they put drains in you. So I had to have the drains in for 9 days. So I'm still wanting to get my lashes done.
Oh no, she was adamant about getting her lashes. And I was
so I'm like limping because, you know, it's painful. And then I have to climb up on her bed. So I'm like making noises. And because of the drains, I'm bleeding on her floor.
Did you notice you were bleeding?
No, I didn't know until
She had no
after.
idea until afterward. I told her, I was like,
So she didn't know what was going on. And then the next time she saw me, I was back to normal.
yeah.
And you
you're
took
back.
her back after that?
I did.
What
Actually,
does this say about you?
it says a lot about me, right? We became amazing friends, clearly, all these years
Not
later.
at first, though. Giselle's not the nicest person when you first get to know her.
Really? When you first meet her? You know what? She was nice to me when I met her.
Thank
First time I met her. I remember.
It's the energy.
She wasn't that. I didn't find her to be so warm and fuzzy.
I'll give you a pass. Because
But
you were...
maybe it was because she thought I was a freak.
Yes, 1,000%. That's exactly what it was. That threw me off 1,000%. That's exactly what it was.
But anyhow, Giselle's an amazing eyelash technician.
Thank you.
And she explained to us exactly what you do and how you enhance the eyes of so many women.
So eyelash extensions are applied one extension to one natural lash, and it enhances your natural lashes. And the beauty about them is if you don't have a very full lash line or if you have sparse lashes, it's going to give you a fuller look without having to make anything permanent. They're semi-permanent, so they do fall out after 2 to 4 weeks, and you just maintain them. And that's about it. And they make you look beautiful.
So what do you do if maybe you're like me and you just happen to be allergic to the lash glue?
So someone like you, I would give you something called a lash lift.
Okay,
It's a little
what's that?
bit, so it's a modern perm for your lashes. That's the best way to explain it, as
Okay.
opposed to having like the old school where they would use like a little cotton rod. They use a silicone shield. We place it on your eyelids and it will lift your lashes from the roots. And that would be your alternative because you are allergic to the adhesive.
Of course I am.
So of course you're allergic to the adhesive, just like you have a nut allergy. I mean, honestly, Vita, party's over.
Just don't
honestly,
take me anywhere.
party's over for Vita because she just.
Poor thing.
But you know, you
Sorry.
get the lash lift, which is great.
I'm going to try it.
My mom got
Oh,
the
you're
lash
gonna
lift.
love it.
So do you still need mascara with the extensions?
You do not. With the extensions, you do not.
a lift?
With the lift, you do. Because remember, the extensions, they're like a filler almost. So they're giving you addition, like adding volume to your natural lashes. Whereas the lash lift, it doesn't. It's just lifting your natural lashes. So you still need to coat it with the fiber.
So how do you handle a situation like this? So we all know that person that has hooker lashes. You know what I'm talking about. They're like, come on.
They walk in before them?
Yeah.
They
Like,
look like
what do you
mermaids.
do when that comes into your studio? Do you, like, what do you say to them? Are you like, I'm unwell from your lashes?
No, I am not rude. I let them know. I cannot say that to somebody. God forbid. I lose the client before I even get
How
them.
do you stop
Although
yourself?
she has lost clients from not being the friendly.
Listen, in my defense, I am very friendly. Sandy just came in my house full of bandages and bleeding, okay? That's my defense. But when a client does come in with lashes that are not very natural looking and they're over the done, I always tell them that we're gonna have to correct that. We have to remove it, we should start over because, and I explain to them the health concerns for it. Because of course, if they're too heavy, they can damage the lashes and honestly even cause an infection if it's done improperly.
So when you look at somebody's eye shape, you know exactly which lashes will make their eyes pop the most.
Which enhances it, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Looking at their eye shape, looking at the color of the lashes also, that's something important people don't think about because it's not just black. There's brown, there's red, there's every single color you can think of.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Interesting. I never knew that.
Just like there's purple and blue mascara and green, yeah. There's every single color literally available for
Oh,
lash
so
extensions.
if they have red hair, then their lashes are.
I can give them red, but I would probably do something closer to like a lighter brown or like a strawberry blonde.
I didn't realize that there were different color lashes.
Because if I put something black, it's going to be a little too harsh.
Right.
Again, depending on their like look. Some of them like the heavy,
Right.
over the top, go girl look, but not every woman likes that.
So, say somebody has an event coming up.
Yes.
Do you do the same lashes for everyday life as you would for an event? Or is it really contingent on what's going on in their life in that moment? Like, is there just like a one size fits all? How does that work?
No, it's absolutely not one size fits all. I definitely cater it towards whatever event's happening. And I always tell them, let's say, for example, a bride. I would always want to go heavier for the bride just because that big day they're going to apply makeup. So we want to make sure that it looks good on camera, on film, on everything. But I let her know that once the makeup is off, it may be a little bit too heavy. And most of them, because they're going to go on vacation, they're fine with that. Because that's one less thing they have to worry about is applying makeup.
And then how long does the process take? Like,
Anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. Depending.
4 hours?
No, that's a full set.
That's a full, yeah, with the
Oh,
first
wow.
time.
The
Anywhere
first
from
time.
2, yeah. Anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. But if you're doing the maintenance, about an hour, hour and a half.
And then for those people who've never had this done before, obviously there's a cost associated with this. Do you have a range of how much it costs?
Yes, so for me, the price starts at $300, but remember that goes based on your area, where you live, all that has to be factored in. But on average, I could say anywhere from $100 to $400 is the price for a full set, depending on where you live, of course. So obviously major cities, it's more
And
expensive.
also it depends on the technician because some technicians will put multiple lashes. She does one per lash.
If it's classic, yeah.
Yeah. But then sometimes they'll do like 3.
Which is volume, but again, like you said, it does depend on the technician because someone with more experience may charge more. And someone with less experience, they may charge less because they still need,
But I've gotten my lashes done while traveling.
Yeah.
And they are really quick, but they don't last.
It happens,
I know.
unfortunately.
Giselle takes her time and she's
I
meticulous.
do. I make sure that everyone's lashes looks great and that they do not get an infection. That's like my biggest thing.
But lash care, it's so important though to wash your eyes, to clean. To clean really well, because people over time will contract dry eye.
Yes, dry eye also.
Can you talk
no
about that a
rubbing.
little bit?
Absolutely. It's extremely important for everyone to know that they have to clean their lashes daily. The same way you wash your face, the same way you brush your teeth. If you don't, let's say you go to the gym, you work out, shower, you don't clean your eyes, then the next day you do the same thing. You're just creating buildup over and over again, which then turns into something more serious, and then eventually dry eye, and then at that point you cannot wear extensions ever, which you would hate. Yeah, it's very important. The hygiene is like one of the top things that we talk about.
To me, this seems like a really good, easy way to have a glow up.
Yes.
It's not invasive in any way, shape, or form, and it's quick compared to other treatments.
It really does make a difference.
It does.
Wish I wasn't allergic to that.
We'll do the lash lift.
The lash lift, listen, it will help a lot. I
It's
promise.
always
It really
something.
does.
She doesn't eat super processed foods. She has a nut allergy. Now she's allergic to the glue.
The list goes on.
It goes on and on and on.
I'm like that friend that's just really annoying.
You're not. I love you. You're the best.
Giselle, what other services do you do? Do you also, can you dye the lashes for
Yes.
people too?
So sometimes when I'm doing the lash lifts, if someone has really fair like skin and they have light eyes or light hair, what I would do is do the lift and then after I would tint them.
Okay. So this is great information for our audience because if you aren't able to get lashes like Vita because she's allergic to the glue, then the other option would be to do a lash lift and or dyeing the lashes as well for more of an enhancement.
Exactly.
Thank you, Giselle, for coming on the show today. I love talking about lashes and all the great information that you gave our audience.
Thank you for having me. So obviously you have to remember the importance of hygiene for your eyes, cleaning them and taking care of them to prevent any infections or dry eyes or any type of symptom that.
If you're enjoying this episode, then like, subscribe, and share Parties Over with your friends. You can also follow me on Instagram at Sandra Lena Silverman for real talk and beauty tips that actually work. We'll be right back. Some personal development programs truly help, but what about those that hook you in and never let you go? I have some experience with this one.
Didn't you tell me you did one of these things in Vegas a while back?
I did in 2013, and it was an absolute disaster.
What happened?
It's something I wish I had never done. So let me backtrack. So in 2012, my ex wanted to do this program in Las Vegas. It was a personal development program.
Was it a cult or a personal development?
Well, at the time, I didn't know what it was. So he had started it. So you go for 2 weekends. One is called Discovery. The next one's called Breakthrough, and you have 1 week in between. And then from there, you do their leadership program. And once you're in the leadership program, that's when it becomes more of like a cult. The first weekend is like a discovery, and the second weekend is like a breakthrough. So basically, what they do is they try to break you down, and then build you back up again. And then once you're built back up, then they want you in the leadership program where you're forced to recruit other people.
Okay, this sounds like a cult.
100%. Now it's years later, so now we're in 2025, and from what I understand, they no longer force you to recruit, but we're going back when I was doing the program.
So let's rewind.
Yes,
so
let's
your
rewind.
ex-husband's like, did he do it first or like what
Yes,
was
he did it first, and because when he got to his leadership part, he's forced at that point to recruit people.
So he recruited his wife?
So he recruited his wife, his mom, his sister,
Stop.
the pizza delivery guy, anybody or the TV guy that worked in our house, like our house manager, everybody under the sun he recruited for this program. So I go to the program. I don't want to go because his behavior when he came back was very strange.
Yeah.
So after the first weekend, he comes home. He's hugging the pizza delivery guy. He's all of a sudden super present. This guy was never present before, always on his phone. So he comes back saying, "Oh, I'm putting my phone down." Interested in what people were saying to him. The pizza delivery guy comes to the house. He starts hugging him. And I was like, okay. I'm not sure where this is going, but all right. So then he goes through Breakthrough. Now, this was actually a little important for our relationship because when he came back from Breakthrough, he contacted me on his way home and he's like, I really want to work on the marriage. I really want to make changes. I know, I haven't been the best husband. I went into this program wanting to divorce you. And then I realized that a lot of this is my fault too. So I really want to work this out.
Which was probably
Which I thought,
for you
okay,
guys,
this
taking
is great.
ownership.
Yes, so this is great. So we actually went to a hotel room to talk and we were intimate and it was good. And then a couple of days later, he started acting weird again, like distant again. So I'm like, okay, I don't understand what's going on. But so then I felt like, is this genuine and is it not?
This is in Vegas?
No, he came back from Vegas to Baltimore. So then he decided, I want you to go to this program. And I felt pressured. So I'm like, okay, I'll go. If it's going to save the marriage, I'll go to the program. So I get there. And let me backtrack. He was more present with the kids. So the program did actually help him become a better parent at the time.
Okay.
And a little bit more present.
Time frame wise, he returns from his 3 weeks of this program.
Well, no, it's just weekends. So it's
Just weekends,
So
okay.
it's 2 weekends with 1 week off in between. So he's just out there for 4 days and then
Comes back, and then
And then goes again and then comes back.
So after how many weeks of this did he ask you to go?
Pretty much right away.
Okay.
He pretty much wanted me to go. So fast forward, I'm in the class, the first class of the year. So now we're in January of 2013. So it's the first class of the year, and there are 90 students in this class. So I get there, we're all in a room, and we start talking and doing exercises. And I'm not really present because I really didn't like what was going on, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I thought it was really strange. But I went along with it. I had a friend with me and some guy friends. We actually, at the time, we had a condo in Vegas. So
Okay.
I'm staying there with like 4 other people that I know. So we're all in the room, and it was okay. Like that weekend was, I would say, wasn't the worst, but I didn't love it.
Now, did you pay for this?
Yes, you have to pay for the program. So when you're
much
actually
was it?
recruiting
Do you
people,
remember?
it was like $3,000. So when you're paying for,
I mean, $3,000 is significant, and then
and plus,
backtrack.
and then you have to fly there because you're in
Yeah.
Vegas. You have to have your
And this is
accommodations.
15 years ago.
And this is in 2013.
Yes.
So
10
we're
years
there.
ago.
I don't really like the program. I'm not really that into it. So fast forward, that weekend was discovery. It was okay. I leave the program. We have a week off. I go back for what they call breakthrough. Breakthrough weekend was completely insane, and I'll explain why. So we're there in the room, and I'll give you an example of one of the exercises. So people out there have a lot of problems. I mean,
Okay.
these people were molested as children. The one lady, her own grandfather molested her. So
Jesus.
they have a lot of issues. So
Yeah.
basically what they're doing is they're having you basically expose yourself so you're super raw. They're breaking you down. And I mean, one lady was standing on the stage talking about her grandfather molesting her when she was 5. And the facilitator wasn't even that nice to her. So these people are being broken down. And then the mindset is we're gonna break you down and build you back up. So you think like everything is great in your life. And then we're gonna have you recruit other people for our program. That's how I view the program.
You know what this reminds me of?
Best.
Those reform schools that are being shut down right now. This is what they
Oh,
were
the
doing.
same manipulation
This is
tactics.
exactly what they were
Okay.
doing to these kids. They were breaking them down, kicking them.
Yes.
And then in order to manipulate good behavior, they're excited to just be back to normal.
That's exactly
basically.
what this was. So there was a program that this was modeled after called EST. So I don't
Okay.
know if
Yeah, I
you know
wonder
about
if they're
that
related.
program.
Yeah.
No, this program was modeled after EST. So now we're in the breakthrough weekend. And they set you up with, I mean, you could be talking about like going back to your childhood and someone's like cradling you and swaddling you, or, all these different
What's
types.
going through your head during all this? Like,
This
you're in
weekend, I was like,
room,
okay, this is completely insane. Like, I couldn't even believe I was here.
And your husband at the time thinks this is normal.
Thinks this is normal. So this program, so now we're here, and I have a partner. So I'm standing there with my partner. It's a dyad.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to tell the person what is one thing you've done in your life that you're ashamed of that nobody knows. And I came up with something that I've been ashamed of since I was young. So at 16, I worked for a pharmacy, like a drugstore, whatever, Revco, let's say. And they were paying me $5 an hour. So I thought I should be paid more than $5 an hour for my services. So people would come in to buy their prescriptions, and for prescriptions, you don't ring in like a tax. So it was easy to like calculate in my head. So like I would probably take $50 every time I worked from a prescription, which was bad. And then I would go right to church afterwards and pray because I knew that it was wrong. And my parents obviously didn't raise me to be a thief, but in my mind, I thought I deserved more than $5 an hour for my services. So
that's your dirty little
so that's my
secret.
dirty little secret, which now the whole world is gonna know, which nobody knows. No, I've never told anybody. So the person I'm standing there with looks at me straight in my face. I'm telling him this. I'm like, I know it sounds really bad. I shouldn't have done that. And he tells me he had sex with his sister.
What the fuck?
And I go, what? I go,
Stop.
a stepsister? And he's like, my real sister. And I was like, oh my gosh, what did my husband send me to? Like, is this insane? So I'm standing there.
Is this when the cult light bulb went off?
Yeah, I'm looking at this person and I'm listening to this and I'm like, you had sex with your sister? I was like, and I didn't know what to say. So I'm like, wow, you got me beat, because I don't even know, like mine's like nothing. And the stories that you were hearing, I mean, it was nothing compared to anything that I've ever done in my life. So, and I mean, it was sad. Like some of these stories were actually really, really
These
sad.
people need real help.
Yeah,
they don't need this.
They need real help. They don't need to go to
Yeah.
some crazy center in Las
And
Vegas.
spend $3,000.
Like these people need real therapy.
Yeah.
Like when someone tells you they slept with their sister,
This
and
is-
it's a biological sister. It's not
no,
like
this is like on another
no,
level.
it's another level. Like
Yeah.
these people need therapy. They don't need like some bullshit program.
And there's no therapists there, like actual
no,
real therapists that are
nothing,
saying,
nothing.
hey,
So you have
maybe
coaches,
you need more than
and the
us.
coaches are people that already finished the leadership part. So the coaches are watching. They're coming up to you. They're like, "You're not doing a good job. You're not." I mean, they're harassing you. You're not focused. You're not
Yeah.
this. Like you need to say this. Like
This is emotional abuse.
yeah, it was a total emotional abuse. So now we get to my favorite part of this. And this is something that I will never forget in my entire life. It's called lifeboat. So they have this exercise called lifeboat where they go around the room. So remember, this is the first of the year. So we had 90 students. They go around the room and give each person 9 popsicle sticks, okay? Then you have to go around in a circle and they want you to remember everybody's name, which it's hard to remember 90 people.
Yeah.
You have to go around in a circle to each person and you have to say whether or not you give them a popsicle stick and save their life. So now this is called lifeboat.
You
This is
have to pick 9 out of 90.
so you have to pick people that you would give a popsicle stick to, that you would actually save their life on the boat that's going to be in the center of all these people.
This is the most insane,
It's insane.
thing
So
I've
we're in
ever
a circle, and you get your popsicle sticks, and then you have to go around and say, "Yes, I saved your life," or "No, I didn't think enough of you to remember your name," and you die.
What the?
Okay, you're telling these people that they're gonna die.
So your husband took you to this, and he
Yeah,
liked
he pretty
it.
much forced me. Okay, but this is why he liked it. Now we're in this circle. I have my 9 popsicle sticks. I'm going around to each person of who I'm going to save. Of course, I'm going to save my mother-in-law. Of course, I'm going to save my
Wait,
sister-in-law.
I forgot your mother-in-law.
Oh, my mother-in-law's in the room. My sister-in-law's
This
in the
is
room.
madness.
My friends in the room. So of course, I'm saving those people. So now I go around, or people would come around to me, and out of 90, I only get 6 popsicle sticks. Okay, because I didn't show up in the room because I didn't like it. And I'm sure people could tell like I wasn't
Yeah.
into it. So now the people that win are in the circle on their boat. Okay,
Stop.
so they're all. So you have 9 people on the boat.
Wait, so there's a boat,
There's a boat, like a pretend boat.
and you're just sitting there without your popsicle sticks.
So no, I have 6.
You 6, okay.
They have 20, 30, whatever.
Yeah, like what's the most popsicle sticks?
Maybe 30. Somebody got 30. But these are people that you would never follow in your life.
Do you
So-
remember how many popsicle sticks the sibling sacks got?
No,
Oh,
I don't
was
think
just
that many.
curious.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
it's that many.
it's a little-
So I'm on the floor. So now they're like, everybody who's not on that boat, you're dead. So you have to lay down on the floor. So now I'm on the floor dead, okay? The facilitator picks me out of everybody in the room. Okay, this guy, I'm not gonna say his name, comes over to me, stands on top of me and starts screaming at me, "You're dead! Look at you! You lost! You're dead! You should be on that lifeboat! You're a powerhouse, but you didn't show up in this room! Look at you! This is how you show up in real life! Do you see? This is how the world perceives you! You weren't on that boat! You should have been on the boat!" He's screaming at me, okay?
What
So
on?
he picks me out of all 90 people to scream at. And I'm like, well, wait, what about her? She's dead on the floor. So basically what they were trying to say with this program is how you showed up in this room is how you show up in real life, which is not true. Because how I showed up there is not how I show up in real life. So my ex was like so pissed that I didn't make Lifeboat.
Wait, did he make the lifeboat?
Of course he did, because he showed up in the room like I'm the greatest person in the entire world, and he was so engaged,
at a
and I
loss for
wasn't.
words.
I wasn't engaged because I didn't believe in it. I didn't like the program. When the person told me he had sex with his sister, I was like, I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah, this is
I shouldn't
not-
be here. So I don't show up. I think it's all nonsense. I don't believe that Lifeboat is how you show up in the world. I don't think it depicts like how you show up in the world, because I don't show up in the world the way I showed up in the room because I didn't believe in it. I'm not a fake person. So if I don't believe in something, I can't embrace it. And that's what happened. So fast forward, most of the people went on to leadership. I did not. I went to the Super Bowl instead because the Ravens went to the Super Bowl the next week in New Orleans.
Did your husband go to leadership?
No, he was already done. He had
Okay,
already,
so you don't
his
repeat
program,
leadership.
yeah, his program was a different time.
Okay.
So fast forward, I don't go to leadership. I don't ever hear the end of this. You didn't make lifeboat. He had his popsicle sticks. This is how much he took this game that it was real life. He saved his popsicle sticks in our safe. So I saw the popsicle sticks in the safe where he saved them. And I was like, this game is nonsense. And now I'm being berated for years that, oh, you didn't show up in choice. You didn't make lifeboat. I'm not attracted to you. So that was another tactic for years to tell me that this was bad. And I kept telling him for years, stay away from the woman that owns this program because she's a psychopath, she's a sociopath, she's a narcissist. Like, stay away from her. She was personally coaching him weekly. My ex, okay, this crazy woman who's preaching that you better yourself in life because they have like a business program, they have a relationship program. She wasn't in a relationship. She didn't own her own house. She was living in a hotel at the time. And I'm like, is this insane? This is complete insanity.
Where did he find her?
He found this program through his Burning Man friends. So need I say it anymore? Okay. So now years go by. He's still coaching, flying out to Vegas. He's a coach for this program at times.
Wait. Pause and rewind. He continued this?
Oh, continued it. Went through Journey Within, which was another 6-month program, was going on men's retreats. They had all kinds of programs. He stayed in this cult for I don't even know how many years. And I couldn't stand the woman. So for me, I was like, she's bad news. Eventually, he's going to figure this out.
What did his the parents, the friends?
So his sister and his mom only did the first 2 weekends with me. I don't believe they went back for leadership. It actually strengthened their relationship, so that was good. Was
there any moment where his family came to you and was concerned that he was in this organization?
I don't remember.
That's so
I'm sure they were concerned for many reasons, but I don't know.
But not that one specifically.
So now we're in 2025. We started our divorce last year. Before we started the divorce process, he had given this woman and her partner a personal loan. So this woman has asked us for a personal loan. I didn't know that he gave her a loan based on a promissory note, and it's a lot of money. So this woman takes the loan. It would be like Tony Robbins going to one of his students and saying, oh, I coached you for 10 years or however many years, and can I borrow money? If this program is so great, why are you borrowing money from us?
Hello, inappropriate.
And how inappropriate.
I mean, this is
now it gets worse. Not only did she borrow the money from us and another student, she stopped paying the loan. So now she's defaulted on the loan, but there's nothing that we can really do about it because it's a promissory note. The woman didn't even own a home, so we can't even use that as collateral.
Is the program still going on today?
Apparently it's still going on. I don't know to what degree. I've heard that leadership, they don't actually force you to, because they would stand on top of you and force you to call everybody that you know to join this program.
This is so insane. And what I'm wondering, I mean, is there any regulation in this industry?
I don't think so. I mean, these people are brainwashing this person, that person.
I mean, thank goodness you had the mental wherewithal to understand what this was. But think about people. These are real traumatized people. Like this poor person who is partaking in incest. They need real help. They don't need this.
It's the sickest thing.
Really
it's the sickest
disturbing.
thing. It's honestly one of the sickest things I've ever seen in my life, being in that room and experiencing. And I felt really bad for these people. And, I've had trauma in my life too, but I knew this program wasn't going to help.
There really needs to be some sort of call to action to our legislators to make changes in this industry. This is very, very scary stuff, and it shouldn't be taken lightly.
Based on my experience with a program like this, I think the viewers have to be really careful if they do decide to join some kind of start a personal development program, that you really do your research and you really know where you're going and what the expectations are, because a program like this was really, I would say, bad news.
You're very lucky
Very
that you
lucky.
came out of this unscathed.
I agree. Now it's time for Spill It, my favorite part of the show, where you send us your toughest questions and we don't hold back. Here's our question of the day. Dear Sandra, I can't stop comparing my looks and lifestyle to my friends, and I always feel like I come up short. I know it's unhealthy, but I don't know how to stop. Help.
Oh, I feel for
so
her.
sad.
This is horrible.
Horrible.
I really, really have a lot of empathy towards this person. You should never, ever, ever compare yourself to other people. That should not be your standard. Your standard, you should be asking yourself, am I a good person? You should be asking yourself, am I being the best version of me?
Absolutely.
You should not be saying, how do I compare to
become
this
better? How do
person?
I do this?
You know,
because this person has that, because you're never going to be able to keep up with somebody else. You just have to worry about yourself and making yourself feel great at all times. And if that means get a life coach, get a therapist, whatever it takes to learn how to love yourself and have your own self-worth, that's what you need to do.
There's so many online resources. Get a book on the topic if you can't physically see a therapist or a coach.
And also maybe limit your time on social media, because so many people are looking at social media and they're trying to duplicate that AI figure or somebody that has filtered themselves, and they feel like, wow, she looks amazing, but I don't. And that's not even real. So maybe limit your time on social media as well. That's Spill It for this week. Keep those letters coming, and don't worry, nothing is off limits. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend and hit the subscribe button. Keep shining and keep questioning. See you next time.